Good morning, my faithful loyal YouTube subscribers. Today it is Sunday. It's about 7:44 in the morning. Sunday, January 5th. The year is 2019. Earl's doing better. I'm about to get dressed and head to the hospital in a few minutes. I got some coffee this morning. Today was the first day I kind of slept in a little bit. He's doing much better now. Still in bed. Not, he's able to sit up on his own and move towards getting out of bed. Today, I think he might be over the next few days be able to finally begin the process of starting to walk. That's the goal. Just get him out of the bed and get him walking. His spirit seems to be up a little. He's doing better. He's having more visitors. His co-workers and friends are popping in there left and right, so he's getting more visitors. He don't want the visitors, but I say it's good for his spirit. And then it helps keep him awake during the daytime so that he can possibly try to get some sleep at night. He said he's trying to get sleep, but he said he's having a tough time getting sleep at nighttime. He's just worried about a lot of stuff. I tell him quit worrying about that mess. Quit worrying, just relax. Everything's cool. Everything's under control outside. And then, so he's doing better. But yesterday, one of my friends had stopped by and to see Earl. He knew Earl, and we just sat talking in the lobby. And he began to tell me about a guy that he was dating and how this guy that he was in this relationship with, all of a sudden, after they broke up, the young man started to do pornography. Now, a lot of you all may not know this, but there's a huge pornography underworld here in Atlanta, both gay and straight. And if you have a Twitter account, if you're on Twitter, you can find these accounts of all these black men and women. I'm sure it's probably some white folks too. White folks do it too, doing pornography, amateur porn. Why do you have all these people doing this porn? Why people are choosing to quit professional jobs and put themselves out there doing this pornography, which is rather strange to me. Because this young man that was a paramedic who left that industry, and he's now doing porn on Twitter. I had known about this for a couple of months now. Somebody else had told me about it, and I looked. I said, wow, that is him. I'd seen the young man at the gym a couple times. I knew he didn't like me for whatever reasons. Maybe he ain't a bad looking brother. I think people don't like me for I don't really care, but he was not feeling me at all. So I've never said anything to him, but I've heard some of the comments that he's made behind my back. So I just said, I don't know that nigga, and kept on going about my damn business shit. But anyway, this young man has this porn site on Twitter where he's having doing amateur porn with all these individuals, no condoms, nowhere to be found. And if you go to Twitter, you will find literally hundreds of black gay guys doing pornography on Twitter. So the question is, why are they doing this? Are they making money? Now, we all know these guys are not making no money on no Twitter doing porn. They might be making a little bit of money, but they are by no means making a substantial amount of money. For one reason, it's just too many people on there doing porn. You talking about hundreds of people, and you scroll through Twitter, you're like, damn, look at this person, all these people doing porn, and they're all screwing this person. So they have to get people to make these videos. It's just rather strange to me. And like I told him, I said, this is people who do pornography, people who do porn, are typically sex addicts who are just don't have any desire whatsoever they're sex addicts and they're just making money off their desires to have a lot of sex. That's just what it boils down to. And I did make it to the barbershop yesterday and got this beard trimmed up. He did a good job. It was looking really good yesterday. But he trimmed it all up. It looks very nice. Anyway, I haven't been to the barbershop in weeks still with Earl. I only go to the barbershop maybe once a month any damn way. So, boy, I ain't got much to do. I shave this bald myself, Just trim this up, and I probably could trim this up myself if I go invest in some clippers with a bigger attachment on so I can just shave it myself. I think that's what I'm going to do. Instead of paying him $25 to shave this thing, to clean this thing up, $25, that's a tank of gas. Shit. But anyway, it is really odd that you have all these handsome, nice-looking brothers and sisters all up and down Twitter, butt-ass naked, having sex. It's just, I'm like, what are we doing wrong that people would go involve themselves in pornography for an income? There's a cat here in Atlanta, two guys named Jonell and Tyrone. When Earl was at Emory Hospital, on the television there, they have these TV channels that are strictly Emory TV channels for patients. So one day me and Earl were scrolling through the channels, and I got on one of the Emory channels. I was looking at it. They had some interesting stuff about the hospital, so I was watching it. Next thing I know, I see a video, and I said, Jonell's in the video. He's as an actor. Jonell was playing the part of a patient. Long video, and I'm watching it. A patient who's about to have, I want to say, some type of transplant. Now, this is on Emory's cable network. They have these 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 channels that were dedicated to for the patients to watch about procedures and stuff that was going on at Emory Hospital. So at some point in Jonell's career, he was an actor who got this role playing a patient for Emory Hospital. Now Jonell and Tyrone now do porn. So it was interesting to see this man had a good acting. His acting was excellent, for what I could tell watching the video on the Emory network. But he chose to quit pursuing an acting career, and instead him and his partner, Jonell and Tyrone, do pornography on Twitter and fans only on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's Twitter or Instagram, one of the two. So that kind of surprised me to see that, and so I'm hearing about guys I know who a lot of people come to Atlanta. This is Black Hollywood. They want to be people that have this in their mind. They want to become doctors. They want to become singers and dancers, and they have excellent talents. And they get here and they find out that it's a little saturated and it's a lot of hard work. And then they go straight into pornography. And then people will say, well, Kim Kardashian, look at her. And she made it big. And I'm thinking, Kim Kardashian was not a hardcore porn actress. Y'all need to stop the nonsense. Kim Kardashian did one video that I know of, only one. I don't know if there's any more, with Brandy's brother. What's his name? I can't even think of Brandy's brother's name at this point. He released that video. That was for private use. That was a private video that she made with her then boyfriend, Ray J. So for people to think that Kim Kardashian was out there making pornography, she was never a porn actress. So y'all need to stop using that example. However, it is discouraging to see so many young, handsome black gay guys going down this path into pornography, because what they don't realize is they're destroying their lives. Every person that I've known over the past 30 years who's been involved in pornography is either dead, in jail, on drugs, or damn near dead, or these guys, I know guys who are younger than me who were involved in the porn industry. Many of them are homeless. I just don't think pornography, you can't have a career in pornography for long, because there's always going to be somebody younger coming in to replace you. And as you begin to age, don't nobody want to see some older guy doing porn. The numbers will drop. And one of the most horrible things about the pornography is the provision of STDs and drug use. So you got these guys. Most of these guys, over the years, I personally knew so many pornography actors that I know, porn actors that I personally knew who are dead now. Most died from AIDS. Some died from suicide. But a lot of them died from drug overdoses. Took them out of here. In Atlanta, you have a huge methamphetamine, cocaine, Molly, pill poppers, opioids. This problem has swept through Atlanta in the black gay community and straight community. People are using these drugs like I'm having this cup of coffee right now. There are so many people caught up in the drug scene here in Atlanta that is scary. And once you start getting onto those drugs, like meth is a very powerful drug, very addictive drug. They can't kick the habit, and it just spirals and spirals. In fact, one of my good associates, I'd say a good friend, I've known him for over 20 odd years, he just had to evict his roommate, literally go to court to put his roommate out of his home because of his meth addiction and how it was destroying everything around him. I've been here for a long time, but thank goodness I didn't get myself involved in certain things. I've been around drugs. I've been around porn. When I first got on Facebook in the early 2000, 2010, 2009, 2010, I had this well-known porn producer reach out to me and offer me $50,000 to do pornography. 50 grand. And I'm thinking, at that point, I was like, what is $50,000? These videos are not going, $50,000 for me to do porn, multiple videos too. And I'm thinking, well, first off, I have no interest in doing porn, and $50,000 ain't shit. That means I'm thinking, so this was years ago. This is before the internet this was before Pornhub and all this other stuff. So now, I don't know I'm not exactly sure what type of people have the type of money people make in the porn industry. But I'll be very honest with you, $50,000 is not enough money for me for foreign videos that are going to be out there for the rest of my damn life. Now, some people don't give a damn about that. Some people don't care about people seeing them on pornography the rest of their lives. Some people just don't care. They just don't give a rat's ass. Some people are 100% A-okay with the porn industry and people seeing them but getting screwed and having sex. They don't care. And some people don't care about STDs either. All the porn has gone to condomless raw porn. Nobody's using condoms. And if you think these companies are testing for STDs, you would be out of your mind. The vast majority of people in the porn industry, more than likely, are HIV positive any damn way. So what they test them for? For what? See if you got a heartbeat. That's about it. They don't care. Those producers, here's the funny part. All these porn companies out here are owned that pump all this black porn across the industry, black and white. Black. All the porn that you see, they're all owned by white companies. The big companies that make porn, not these people on Twitter doing this amateur porn, I'll call it, but they iPhones and iPads and stuff, and the MacBooks and stuff. You have all these companies that the guy who was offering me $50,000 was a wealthy white man who had, I forget the name of that porn company, but back then it was a big, I don't know if that company is still around. I'm pretty sure they still are. It is still around. It's LaRue. I almost said the name, but I had to Google and research. They still are around because I remember about a year ago I came across some of their porn. Very, I can say that their porn is very, what's the words I'm looking for? At least the pornography that particular company approached me, they make some very well-produced porn, good cameras, good quality porn, if that exists. The cameras are good, the audio is good, it's just good porn, good, well-produced porn. Okay. But I've never had an interest in doing something like that. I've never been at a point in my life where I felt that I would have any desire to do pornography. I have had friends of mine I personally knew for years who got involved in the porn industry, and like I've said, they are all either dead or on drugs, severely to the point where they are literally homeless. I see these guys, and these were no ugly motherfuckers. These were some this is the thing about porn. These guys were very attractive guys that you see and say, wow, he's a really nice looking brother. I like to get to know him. And then you say, whoa, what are they doing? And then you see him now and you say, wow. And it's so funny because it's not funny, but I get a lot of phone calls from people who've been around Atlanta for years. And they say, have you seen so-and-so? And I said, no, I haven't seen him in years. They said, I'm going to send you a picture. And they sent me a picture and they said, I said, wow, what happened? And it's just like their lives just, Atlanta can be a horrible place for black gay guys. And I've said this 1,000 times. They come here and they don't have their act together. And it's unfortunately, but there's another issue here. A lot of these black gay guys come from poverty. They came from nothing. Poverty has gotten much worse in the past 20 or 30 years in America, particularly for black Americans, than it's been probably in the 40s and the 50s. This country has, well, all the jobs leaving and going overseas, factory work, construction, a lot of it, and the proliferation of immigrants coming into this country, legally or illegally, who have skills to do construction jobs and stuff like that. Black America is taking a hit. I've seen it in my own family. I've seen it in my nieces and nephews. They don't have any skills. So if you don't have a skill set and you don't have this to go out and figure out a way to hustle and make money, you're going to be in trouble. Now, that's why so many of these guys are doing pornography. However, don't forget, a lot of these guys have professional jobs. There's one guy who's on Twitter, Mask vs. Superman. He was working as a ambulance. What do they call them people? He was driving an ambulance, and I almost said the name of what he was doing. Yeah, but he was driving an ambulance and a paramedic. He was doing a paramedic, and now he's doing pornography. Raw. This is the young man I was talking about at the beginning of the video. So he left being a paramedic. I don't know, he might still be a paramedic. But I'm just trying to figure out, I'm looking at all that porn that he's making and producing. Everybody's saying, have you seen this? I said, yes, I've heard, I've seen. I see what that young man is doing. It ain't just him, it's hundreds of these guys, hundreds of them. Most of these guys are sex addicts or just plain out freaks. And maybe they feel like, instead of me doing this for free to see the sun starting to rise, see the sun come through the window, this sitting right next to this Christmas tree, I don't even want to take the tree down yet. I've been enjoying this, so I might leave it up a little bit longer. But anyway, a lot of these guys in that porn industry, they get trapped and they can't get out. That's the scary part. They can't transition out of it back into professional careers. Because now I know a guy who got hired at one of the local airlines, and when somebody sent human resources video, they found out he was working there because he posted on his Instagram or Facebook or some social media where he had got a job at, and somebody contacted the human resources and sent copies and pictures of all his porn that he was doing. They immediately escorted him off the premises. Yes. So a lot of companies don't want to be involved with people who have that type of background. So people need to understand that before you go running out doing porn and posting. When people will find that porn ain't going over. Once it's on the internet, it's going to be there forever. And you got some hateful people out here who sent that boy's job, human resources, copies of those videos, and they fired him and he didn't have that job for a few days. Maybe a few weeks before they found out what he was doing. And a lot of companies will search the internet looking to see what you're doing. So I know people who work in that. One guy I knew who started doing porn, he got fired. He was working for Louis Vuitton. He had worked there for years making good money. He started doing porn. Louis Vuitton got rid of his ass. They said, no, you can't come work here for that. And they got rid of him. He had traveled the world working for Louis Vuitton. Nice looking brother. As to why he chose to get into the porn industry, I don't know. He's not doing porn anymore, but his porn is still out there. But I know he doesn't make porn anymore. And Louis Vuitton got rid of him. This was some time ago. But I would suggest to anyone who's interested in doing pornography that you really sit down and think about your future, of your health. Don't forget, your health is your wealth. Your health, how can you handle people knowing? Because from what I understand, Jonelle and Tyrone, the couple I said that was doing porn, Jonelle stopped doing the acting career to pursue doing this porn on the internet. They don't even leave their house. They rarely, if ever, leave their house or go places because people, unless they go into some type of event promoting their porn, I guess because everybody knows they're doing porn. I don't know why they that's another thing. I did a post yesterday about the young man who's the paramedic. You can see his picture on my Instagram or Facebook page. Some people are like, well, why are you putting him on blast? I'm not putting this man on blast. This man's doing pornography all up and down Twitter. You can't put somebody on blast and they're already having sex and doing porn all over the internet anyway. So you can't say I'm putting him on blast when clearly this is what this man is doing. Been doing for quite some time. Well, I wouldn't say quite some time. I'd say the last few months. He's promoting his own pornography. It's everywhere, and there's a lot of it. So me asking questions why these guys are doing this is not putting nobody on blast. And I'm not judging these people. They can do whatever they want to. This is America. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not shaming anybody. Just be prepared for the consequences if that's the path. If that is the path that you young guys want to go down that path doing pornography, you just have to be prepared with the consequences of what will happen to you with your personal and private and career later on, if you're even capable of having a career. But I really do think the vast majority of these guys get so caught up in drugs. The drug, and I'm going to have to do a video about this because drugs in Atlanta that whole lifestyle seems very glamorous. Because you have some of the most beautiful, attractive people in the United States of America here in Atlanta all flocking here and they're all getting on drugs. Everybody sitting around at parties, snorting, blowing, smoking, you name it, shooting. And it looks glamorous on the outside, but on the inside it's very destructive. It destroys these people's lives. I've seen it. And drug use has taken off dramatically here in Atlanta. Like I said, methamphetamine, popping pills, people are injecting it. I've never had a desire to do drugs like that, but I've been around it. And it seems even if you go, I'm in this video, but even the rappers are really pushing this drug use in their music videos and rap songs. So you got a lot of people who are listening to this stuff and participating in this stuff, doing Molly's, when they take that syrup, sipping on scissors or something, they take this cough syrup, which has codeine cough syrup, and they mix it with some type of candy and they sip on it. I know a lot of people who do that. So I don't know why this phone keeps going off like that. This is kind of crazy. But anyway, you got so many people involved in the drug. I'm gonna have to do a video about this drug because people really do think this stuff is glamorous. I've heard people bragging about this. I'm thinking, what are you thinking about? The drug use, drugs here in Atlanta. Atlanta has become Black Hollywood in so many ways, and it ain't in a good way either. But anyway, I'm gonna conclude this video because it's rather long. Today it is Sunday, January the 5th, the year is 2019, and I'll give y'all an update on Earl later on. I'm on my way up to the hospital right now. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy your Sunday.